Hello and welcome to this video. My name is David Thorne. In this video we're going to be showing you how to do this effect of having this like overlay border on an image. It doesn't have to be an image, but in this example I just liked it. So you've got this image of the shuttle there in space and this nice little border that goes over the top. And yeah, there's no hacking in this, there's no JavaScript in this, it's just using pure CSS. So without further ado, let's get started. So as you can see, this is the raw thing without the borders, and we have to implement it now. And how do we do this? So let's just have a quick look at what we do have right now using the inspector. We have basically a div class with wrapper that's just been centered using margin, etc. And then we've got an image inside of it that just says height 100%, width 100%, padding 0, margin 0, and object fit cover, and that is it. And then this div wrapper is max width of 1024, margin and so on, overflow hidden, aspect ratio 16:9. Nothing special whatsoever. So how can we put this border over the top of it without adding any new elements and only using CSS? This is the trick. So what I'm trying to say is that the HTML will stay exactly the same as it is, and we are not going to touch the markup whatsoever. Okay, so now let's get started with what we actually need to do. So as you can see, we have the wrapper class, all right? But what we need to do is we could just say here, outline, for example, and say 10 pixels solid white, and that would then put the outline on the outside. But we want it on the inside. So we could just say outline offset and say like 20 pixels, and it will put it in, minus 20 pixels because you want it on the inside. And it's a bit too big, this border, so we just say 5 pixels. And there you can see we can put it inside just using standard CSS on the wrapper as well. Now, if you didn't want to do this and you couldn't change that wrapper, we could now do this with a pseudo-element as well, right? And using colon before. And what we're going to do is just say content is nothing because it doesn't have to be anything, right? But to do this, now I think this is a bit of a hacky way to do it because we've done it already just using the wrapper, using outline, and that was it. But let's just go a bit in depth to see how you could do this. So we have to say position relative first of all. Then in this one, we're going to say position absolute, all right? And we're going to add our outline in once again. But we're going to say top is 0, and then left is 0, width is 100%, and height is 100% here. And then you can see here we've got the same thing now. So what we're doing is we are basically adding a box inside of the wrapper, right? And we're making it its complete width. And then we are saying, hey, put this outline there as well. So we're doing nothing more than basically sticking another box inside of it and doing that. So this is a way to be able to solve this. And you can move this outline wherever you want. And because it's an outline, it's not going to affect the size, the intrinsic size of that one container, of that one block. So it's a nice little way to be able to do it. Anyway, I just wanted to show you this cool little effect that you can do on images if you like that. Now, what's really good about this, you could do this the other way around, that if you have some like text that you want to display and you want to put an image behind it, right, you could do that as well. Now that we've solved this with the outline, we could also use border as well, but it's a little bit more hacking to do a border. So let's try doing it that way. So we still stay on the wrapper before, and so let's get rid of the outline offset and just say border here, all right, because we want the same border, but we don't want to be using width and height. Let's just say right 0 first of all and bottom 0 to see what we've got, right? And now you can see that we get a border here, okay? But we want it now to be inside. Well, this can be easily done just by saying, like, say 10 pixels in, but we're bringing it in. It's a little bit more hacky this way. And we solved the same thing, but we just wrote more code. And yeah, it's basically, in my opinion, the least amount of code that you can write to have the same effect is obviously the best way. Now, Border is the right way to do it, and outline is more for accessibility. So realistically speaking, is this the correct way to do it with Border? I would suppose so. But is outline the easiest way to do it and the most effective way to do it? Well, the effective is definitely efficient, but it's not really effective because it's not there. It's not supposed to be done that way. All right. Anyway, with that said, this was supposed to just be a quick and easy tutorial, but it's a nice little trick to be able to do. And you can do this trick with like buttons and all sorts of stuff, and you can add some transitions to it, but that's not the idea of it. And I just wanted to give you this this highlight of how to do this. With that said, I hope this has been a little bit of informative to you, a little bit of fun as well. But these small little details are always what's the best thing to learn, is be able to make things look nice with the smallest amount of code, and really not having to add any HTML or JavaScript, anything like that, and just using a little bit of CSS for it. With that said, thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao. Goodbye.